Medical school can be an intense journey, a path filled with challenges, pressure, and weight of expectations. Today, here we will be discussing about the story of two students, Ahmed and Shantanu, who were both very bright academically. They were very successful, but both of them handled their pressures differently.
Hello everyone, I am Dilshad Alam, currently a final year MBBS student at Guwahati Medical College, and I welcome you all to this video.
Meet Ahmed. Ahmed is one of the top students of his class. He excels academically, he has a very good rank, and he is well respected and loved by his peers. But what makes Ahmed stand out is not his academic success, but his attitude towards the process of learning. Ahmed understands that yes, competition is necessary, but for Ahmed, education is about growth and not so much about competition. He is focused on understanding concepts, applying his knowledge, developing his skills, and enjoy the learning process. Ahmed understands that self-care is essential. He is chill, grounded, and finds balance between his studies and personal well-being. His approach to life helps him navigate the inevitable lows with resilience and sense of peace. And then comes Shantanu. Like Ahmed, Shantanu is also a very brilliant student. He is smart, ambitious, and driven. But unlike Ahmed, Shantanu measures his worth through marks, ranks, and competition. The weight of being at top consumes him. He feels the pressure to outperform every single time and doesn't allow himself or room to make mistakes. There are a lot of Shantanus inside the medical college, which makes the root of mental issues. One day, Shantanu has a setback. His exam doesn't go well, and this shatters his confidence. But instead of reaching to his friends or seeking support, he keeps everything inside him. On the outside, Shantanu is pretending to be happy. He's smiling as usual. He is always friendly, but behind the back, behind the closed doors, he is sinking deeper into depression. The pressure builds, and with it comes anxiety, panic attacks, and the silent suffering of depression. Shantanu feels trapped, but he doesn't talk out. He doesn't speak out. The fear of being seen as weak and vulnerable keeps him from reaching out. And one day, the burden becomes too much to handle, and Shantanu decides to give up on his life. He writes to his mother that, "Ma, I'm going to end my life. No one is responsible for this, and please forgive me, but I am leaving you alone." And the next day, his dead body is found from his hostel room. The medical community loses another bright mind and bright soul, not because he was not capable, but because he didn't believe that there is another way out. Ahmed and Shantanu were both so similar, both academically bright, yet so different in the way they both handled their pressure. And this has made all the difference. Ahmed embraced his lowest moments by seeking help and focusing on the bigger aspect of life beyond exams. Shantanu, however, fell into the trap of perfectionism, self-isolation, and self-imposed pressure. Ahmed mourns over the loss of his friend's life, and in a public speech, he addresses, "I have learned that life is so much more than these grades and these ranks and marks. Life is beyond this academic zone in which many of us have entrapped ourselves mentally." And this is a request from my side to everyone, including me, that whenever things get tougher, this is a request that you remember that you don't have to face it alone. So this video is to highlight the importance of mental health and why are we suffering silently with mental health. Medical students are particularly prone to mental health issues due to a combination of academic, personal, and environmental factors. Some of the reasons probably are the academic stress, the intense workload, competitive exams, competitive environment, and the constant pressure to excel in exams lead to stress and anxiety of medical students. Another reason may be the long hours of studies, clinical rotations, work, night shifts lead to constant physical and mental exhaustion. This can disrupt the sleep pattern and affect the overall well-being of the students. Medical students are exposed to human suffering, death, and difficult patient cases in the early years of training. This emotional burden with lack of coping mechanism can contribute to depression and anxiety. constant uncertainty and doubt about the future, about the competitive exams like NEET PG, put another layer in their stress and anxiety and depression. Many medical students get entrapped in FOMO of happiness, fear of missing out on life experiences when they compare their life with those of different fields. Almost every one of us, we suffer from imposter syndrome sometimes during our course, where we doubt our abilities and feel like we don't belong here, even when we perform well. This can exaggerate the feelings of inadequacy. The combination of these factors significantly impact the mental health of the students, making it crucial to provide them with appropriate support, such as peer support, professional counseling, and stress management programs. This will be for the benefit of all of us if we know the common signs and symptoms of stress, anxiety, or depression, so that we are able to identify ourselves or any of our friends who silently suffers from mental issues, and we can be there for them. So some of the most important symptoms are persistent sadness and low mood all the time, feeling down, empty, and hopeless most of the time, loss of interest and pleasure in activities they once enjoyed, including hobbies and social interactions, fatigue and loss of energy, feeling drained and tired even after minimal work, changes in sleep pattern, either insomnia, like you are not able to sleep, or hypersomnia, you are sleeping excessively, difficulty in concentrating and making decisions, struggling to focus, remembering details, or having brain fog. Some of them may also have appetite changes. You may sometimes also notice changes in personal hygiene. You may notice excessive fear or worrying about a certain thing. Sometimes they'll be feeling overwhelmed and will not be able to cope up with the daily task they beautifully did some times ago. This will be a very great thing if we are able to identify these symptoms in ourselves or our friends and be there for their support. For this matter, every medical college has Department of Psychiatry, and we can every time approach any of our professors for professional counseling. But before that, we have to make sure that we are able enough to share whoever you are comfortable with. Let's hope we don't see people ending up their lives just because of topics like exam marks, failure in exams, doubting their future, etc. With this hope, I end this video. Let's meet in a new video.